Hello, YouTubers. Here we are. It has been, as of today, 2 years since I had my RNY surgery. May 30th of 2011, right around this time. I was in the OR having my surgery done by Dr. Anvari in Hamilton. They took me into the OR at about 8 o'clock a.m. To change my life, and man, oh man, did it ever. So I'm going to get into some numbers first of all. Don't know where to start. When I first started, I was 359 pounds. This morning, I'm 185, so that's a loss of 174 pounds. My BMI was 53 back then. Today, it's about 26. So I'm still in the overweight side of the BMI scale, but only by 1 point. And I sort of look at it as if I didn't have 15 pounds of excess skin on me, then I'd be a normal weight. I would be a normal BMI. Now for measurements. My waist used to be 50 inches, and now it's 32. So I have lost 18 inches off my waist. My hips were 65 inches, and a normal measuring tape only goes up to 60 inches. So I had about a 5-inch gap where I couldn't hold the measuring tape around my hips. So I called it 65 inches, and now my hips are 46. So I have lost 19 inches off my hips. A lot of that's off my butt, because my butt was huge. My biceps were 20, and now they are 13. So I've lost 7 inches off of each bicep. My chest was 56 inches, and now it's 40. You know, it's weird. My chest now is smaller than my waist was. By like 10 inches. That's huge. Anyway, so I've lost 16 inches off the chest. Thighs were 31 inches, and now they are 24. So I've lost 7 inches off each thigh. And my neck was 15 inches, and now it's 9. So I have lost 6 inches off the neck. So I didn't do my forearms or my calves because I never thought to at the beginning. So I'm not counting those, what those have changed, because I don't know how much they've changed. But I have lost, just totaling all those numbers I gave you, 87 inches off my body. That is over 7 feet of fat that I have lost off my body. I feel so much better now. I love that my butt is smaller, that I can fit into chairs and kayaks and booths, and, you know, I'm not limited. My life is so much different now that my weight doesn't dictate what I can and cannot do. I can climb ladders, I can crawl into little spaces, I can sit in seats that I never used to be able to sit in before. You know, it's incredible just how much easier things are when your weight is not a factor in every decision. My husband didn't realize how big of a factor it was. Like the cars we bought, my weight was a factor. Maybe not my weight, but my size was a factor, because if I couldn't sit behind the wheel, there was no point in buying the car. You know what I mean? My weight's always been a factor. My size has always been a factor in everything, and now it's not. And I feel, and I hate to say it, but I feel like a normal person. I never felt like a normal person. I always felt like people were staring at me for the wrong reasons. I always felt that people were judging me. And I'm sure they were. You know? I used to get mooed at in public by complete and total, strangers. People would say things to me in passing cars. Say vile, rude things to me just because of my weight. You know? And I couldn't help think that if they knew who I was, would their opinion of me change? You know, a stranger in a bar asked me once if I had a hard time finding a boyfriend. So why would I have a hard time finding a boyfriend? And he's like, well, because, you're your size. So I excused myself and I left, and then one of my friends who was there punched the shit out of him. And anyway, weight is just not about the physical issues with your weight. It's about the emotional issues too. And this journey has been full of emotional roller coasters for me. You know, the non-scale victories, the not being able to see the changes in the mirror, and then seeing the changes and not recognizing that person. Like, literally not knowing who that person in the mirror was. Now I know. Now I can look at myself, even, in this YouTube video, I can look at myself and I know that's me. And I'm proud of that person. I'm proud of all she's accomplished in the last 2 and even 4 years. I mean, I graduated college. I lost 174 pounds. I moved cities. I changed my life. I'm about to hand in the last assignment to graduate high school so I can get my diploma, my high school diploma. All of these little successes over the last 4 years have really taught me what I'm made of, and that I can do whatever I set my mind out to do. And I mean, they tell you that as a kid, but you don't really, I never really believed it. And I just think I'm setting a great example for my kids. You may not be proud of where you are in your life, and you may think that, you may feel like you need to make the changes, but nothing will ever change until you take that first step to make the change. That first step was up to me. No one was going to come to me with this magical surgery that was going to fix me. No one was going to come to me and hand me a college diploma. I had to do all that on my own, and I had to take those very first steps. In the process, one step led to another, and then another, and then another, and the next thing I know, with this surgery, one step, that going into my doctor's office to get the referral, that was my very first step in this process. And I'm so glad I did it, because one step led to two, and here I am, 2 years later, ups and downs and everything. It's been, I had a comment question asking me if I'd had any complications since the surgery, and yes, I have. I have that pain on the left side of my abdomen that nobody seems to know why. I think this year I'm going to make the effort to get that figured out, because I'm really starting to get worried that it's something a little scary. And that's just my own mind playing tricks on me. I'm sure it's nothing, but so I'm going to get that sorted out. And I also have blackouts, dizziness and blackouts, and I think that's from my blood pressure, because when I first started this journey, my blood pressure was 145/95 during my pre-op, and I should have been medicated for high blood pressure, but they didn't because I was having the surgery. So now, I mean, a normal blood pressure is 120/80, so now my blood pressure is 100/70. My resting heart rate used to be 106. A normal resting heart rate is between 60 and 100. Now my resting heart rate is 45. So my blood pressure and my heart rate are very, very low now. So when I go to stand up from a sitting position, I get about 2 steps, and then my world I could feel it coming, and then I can't see anything. And I'm standing there with my eyes open, swaying, looking for something to grab onto. And it lasts for about 5 seconds, if that, and then it goes away. Another side effect is the excess skin, hair loss. I think that'd probably be about it. I mean, there are battles that we're going to have to face, but I mean, I would much rather deal with these side effects than the diabetes, the high blood pressure, the sleep apnea that I had. I had terrible sleep apnea, and it was gone within about 8 weeks of the surgery. So I would rather these side effects any day over the side effects from obesity. Sitting here eating my breakfast, and I'll just show you, I still have the restriction that I used to have. I made, here, I'll show you, 1 tomato cut up, which I only ate 1 little slice of. They were like this big. So I cut up a tomato, and I made this, like, there's 2 eggs and a slice of cheese in this tortilla. I don't know if you can see. That I got through half of. And I can't eat anymore. I'm going to have to wait and see if I can eat it after, but I thought I would make 2, because I didn't normally eat 2 eggs. I usually would only make 1, but the last time I only made 1, I found that I wanted more, so I thought I'd make 2 this time, and I can't get through it. So, I don't know, I'll try again after. Maybe have a bit more before I leave. I've got to go get an award at my son's school today. Well, no, he's getting the award. I'm going to go watch him get the award. And go hand in my last assignment to get my high school diploma. On my 2-year surgiversary, May 30th, 2013, It's been quite the ride. Thank you guys over the last 2 years for your support. And I'm so blessed to have met and talked to each and every one of you. And I love following your journeys. I don't comment as much as I'd like. I'm sorry about that, but I watch them on my smartphone, and my smartphone's a bit of a pain in the ass when it comes to YouTube commenting. But yeah, take care, guys. We're over 10 minutes. I'm going to go to Year Surgiversary. See ya. Bye.